Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's budget day, which means I'm going through the process of finalizing our budget for the month of January and stuffing our cash envelopes. And in today's video, I'm actually going to walk you guys through what's happening in our cash envelopes this month. Now, if you want to find out what's actually happening in the rest of our budget, then check out my January budget video, which will explain all of the ins and outs of everything else that's happening with our money. But today, let's go and stuff those cash envelopes. So if we haven't had a chance to meet before, my name is Nikki and I am a frugal living and family finance blogger, and I love sharing tips and strategies to help you get more bang for your buck so you can live the life you want. So if you want to learn how to budget better, demolish debt, skyrocket your savings, and still have heaps of frugal fun along the way, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and to tick that little bell so you can be notified of my new upcoming content when it's published. And of course, you can always find me over on Instagram or Facebook at Nikki Bill. I would love for you to come over and say g'day so we can hang out a little bit more over there. All right, but let's do these cash envelopes, shall we? All right, we are going to fill our cash envelopes for January. I do have a little video on how I made my cash envelopes. If you'd like to check that out, I will link that in the description below. But this is just a planner from Kmart. I picked it up for $10, and then I actually made the envelopes myself with just some cardstock and bits and pieces that I had lying around the house. So it hasn't actually cost us too much at all, and I have been using these envelopes for a while and they've held up pretty well. So the first thing that I do is work out exactly how much cash I need. These figures come from our January budget. I do have a video on our January budget, which I will also link below if you want to go and see how we work out our entire budget. But we do a hybrid of some cash envelopes and some digital payments as well. So these are the categories that we will be using cash for in January. They pretty much stay the same month to month, but the ones down the bottom, we don't always fill those categories. All right, so let's get started. The categories that we will be filling today is we are going to be putting $700 into our grocery envelopes. I actually have two grocery envelopes because I take out a month's worth of grocery money, but I do split that into 2 fortnights, and that stops me from spending too much money in the beginning of the month and not having enough left at the end of the month. So for our grocery budget this month, we are actually going to allocate $700 for groceries, which I'm actually going to split between these two envelopes. Okay, next up is our personal spending money, which we call splash cash. We get $50 each for that. My splash cash will actually go into this envelope. Shan's splash cash will go into his wallet. And up next is our personal care envelope, which we just call hair for short, and we will put $100 into that envelope, and that covers things like haircuts and any personal care items, makeup and things like that. So that's our personal care. We also have our date night envelope, which we call our budget meeting date night envelope. We put $70 aside for our money date each month, and that's just a time for Shan and I to get out of the house, spend some time together, talk about our budget, but also talk about our goals and the things that we want to achieve in the future. And of course, very important, you've got to have a coffee fund. We put $40 aside in the coffee fund. That's enough for us to grab a coffee while we are out and about. The other thing that I'm also going to put in there is I am going to put an extra $50, which is going to cover our kids' money dates and money for eating out. Keep all of that in the coffee fund because that's usually the envelope that we use if we are out and about and want to grab something. It's not just coffees. If we get a cold drink or if we get a bite to eat while we're out and about, we will use the latte fund. Next up is our alcohol fund, our alcohol allocation. We are going to put $60 aside for alcohol. We don't usually use the full 60. Oftentimes that will just carry over, or we'll take those leftover dollars and we'll actually put them towards savings. Okay, and our last envelope in my cash envelope wallet is our family fun envelope. We're actually going to be putting $150 into this envelope because we want to start saving up to make sure that we have some funds if we want to go camping or go and do something over the school holidays. So we've actually allocated $150, which is more than what we normally do, but it is school holidays here in Australia, and that's going to allow us to go out, have a bit of spontaneous fun and not break the budget. And I do have $50 left over, and this isn't going to go into any of our envelopes. It is actually going to go into a secret little stash that I am putting aside to save up for a tattoo. So this is some secret squirrel savings that is going to hide in my underwear drawer where nobody will ever find it. And that is pretty much today's cash envelopes. And that's it. Okay, so there you have it. Hey, thanks for spending a bit of time with me today. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, if you could please give it a thumbs up to let me know. I would really appreciate that. And don't forget to let me know in the comments if there are any other topics or anything that you'd like me to cover in future videos. I do have heaps of content in the works for you guys, and I love coming up with helpful videos that really do help you manage your money better so you can get to the things that really matter in your life. Don't forget, you can always find me over on Instagram or Facebook at Nikki, and I would love to catch up with you guys over there. Okay, well, I hope I see you in the next video. Bye.